Definition and examples of cultural challenges. Cultural challenges are obstacles that people may stumble upon when they are abroad or have to communicate with people from different countries or cultures. Maybe the most obvious challenge is the language barrier. When dealing with other languages, understanding and making yourself understood is hard. Even speaking in the same language but to people from different countries is a challenge by itself. For instance, French spoken in France and in Canada sound very different. The same goes to Spanish in Latin America and in Spain. Sometimes the meaning of the words and the different slang changes the understanding of phrases. How direct and indirect people come across in conversations is something that may be found across different cultures, including subcultures in the same country. In Medellin, for example, people like to make small talk before almost any conversation. On the other hand, in Bogota, people are more direct and want to go straight to the point. Depending on the different points of views, people from Medellin may be perceived as ineffective communicators or as very polite. People in Bogota may be perceived as effective communicators or rude.
Another big challenge easily encountered is time, meaning that punctuality and time expressions change. In some countries or regions, such as in Latin America or in Mediterranean countries, punctuality is not something that is frowned upon for several reasons. Arriving late or pushing deadlines is normal. This is sometimes due to the fact that personal matters come before work and there is no certainty that when deadlines approach, there won't be any delays. Also, delays are not often punished, giving space to a general acceptance of this conduct. On the other hand, places such as Germany and the United Kingdom are more punctual and give little to no space for hold-ups or procrastination. There is a custom to arrive some minutes before the appointment to make sure people will be always on time. Some minutes delays are considered as disrespects and can be taken as signs of lack of interest, which can affect businesses or relationship between people. That's why it's vital to be aware of the context where we are interacting to avoid any misunderstanding when working with people from different countries and cultures.
Benefits of cultural challenges. Although dealing with cultural differences is challenging, there are also some benefits to the fact of having a multicultural team. And even if it's hard to believe, there are benefits of going through challenging times because of cultural differences. Some of these benefits are: diverse cultural perspectives can inspire creativity and drive innovation. A multicultural team has naturally many viewpoints, and those viewpoints can offer new perspectives that inspire colleagues to see the workplace and the world differently. Local market knowledge and insight makes a business more competitive and profitable. A multicultural workforce can give an organization an important advantage when expanding into new markets because it has the local knowledge that other teams will not have. A cultural diverse talent pool allows an organization to attract and retain the best talent. In a competitive global job market, demonstrating that your business is invested in fostering a multicultural and inclusive environment can make you stand out to the right candidates.
We also have that diverse teams are more productive and perform better. A range of experience, expertise, and working methods that diverse workplace offers can increase problem-solving capacity and lead to greater productivity. We also have greater opportunity for personal and professional growth. An inclusive and culturally diverse business will attract talented, ambitious, and globally minded professionals who will appreciate the opportunity for personal and professional growth. Finally, we have cultural sensitivity, insight, and local knowledge means higher quality, targeted marketing. Cross-cultural understanding along with local market knowledge lends itself to the production of more effective marketing strategies and materials. Market-specific knowledge and insight is in value when it comes to for imagery and design too. For example, high quality and culturally sensitivity translations of websites, brochures, and other assets are essential, but this can be overlooked without the input of a native speaker.
We are up against our own biology and our own psychology when we're trying to overcome these challenges. A great tool for decreasing business risk is cultural intelligence. Cultural intelligence is an individual capacity to function and manage effectively in cultural diversity settings, the collection of knowledge, skills, and abilities that enable an individual to detect, assimilate, reason, and act on cultural cues appropriately. As a tool for managing any form of cultural diversity, whether national, gender, generational, ethnic, health status, sexual orientation of other subculture, cultural intelligence helps turn a business risk into a strategic strength. Companies with leaders and workers who have high cultural intelligence are more agile. These organizations can quickly adapt processes, products, and services to capture new opportunities and respond to challenge across the market. We invite you to take these meaning, examples, and cultural intelligence information to promote successful intercultural relationships in your family, friends, and work. SWOT stands for Strength, Weaknesses, Opportunities, and Threats. And so a SWOT analysis is a technique for assessing these four aspects of your business. This analysis can be used for anything, such as important decisions, company research, examining a project, and so on. The strengths and weaknesses are the internal part of the analysis, and the opportunities of trends are for the external part. Now we are going to explain the definition of each other of the components of the SWOT, and we will give you an example of how Apple would implement the SWOT analysis.
Strength. When we talk about the strength, we need to take into account all those characteristics that generate a competitive advantage for the person or the company that we are analyzing. This can include all the resources that are controlled, capacities and abilities that are possessed, activities that are developed positively. When selecting the most relevant strength of a company, it is important that this process is led internally and different people participate in it. It is important that whoever leads this process requests the opinion of other relevant members of the company. An example that we can use to have more clear idea is the case of the company Apple. Apple Inc. is one of the most successful companies in the world. The company has been providing robust technology products and exceptional software devices. Some of the things that they can consider to be a strength is their brand identity, brand value, reputation, distribution chain, loyal customer base, high profit margins, between any others. All these characteristics differentiate Apple from other companies and help them to grow their business thanks to the different strategies that they have applied.
Continuing with the inward-looking analysis, we find weaknesses. Finding deficiencies and vulnerabilities that do not depend on external factors are key to take into consideration before venturing on something. It is very important to know the Achilles heel of the topic in order to prepare and improve for the future. In other words, the goal is to look for an area of internal improvement. Weaknesses may vary depending on the analysis, but some of the most common ones are lack of brand awareness, complaints from customers, poor performance, and lack of resources. The resources may be of any kind, such as technological, financial, or even human. You can identify your weaknesses by carefully looking into your areas of improvement from an inside perspective. Some of Apple's weaknesses, for example, are the incompatibility with other software and devices, limited portfolio in comparison with other technological brands, and bad publicity thanks to the Apple Maps failure, the location tracking scandal, and the collusion with Google for using it as Safari's default search engine.
Opportunities are external factors in the business environment that are likely to contribute to the success of an organization or a project. This means that it's something external. It's not something that is inside of the organization, but rather something in the environment. A good exercise to identify these opportunities is to ask some specific questions. For example, are they unfulfilled customer needs which you can satisfy? What would be the ideal opportunity for you? What new opportunities in the market are becoming available? Can you package your products in a different way and set a higher price? For example, for Apple, digital revolution is an opportunity as many people have more and more access to technology, and technology has indeed become a need for many people. This makes Apple products to be more in demand, and that is an opportunity for the company as digital revolution is not something that they are controlling. Digital revolution is an external factor and translates into a benefit for the company. That's an opportunity. Again, opportunity is something that is external that you are not in control of and that can benefit your project or your organization.
Last but not least, we may consider threats in our SWOT analysis. Threats are any adverse situation in the organization's environment that can damage its strategy. The threat may be a barrier, a constraint, or anything external that may cause problems, damage, or injury to our project. Like opportunities, these are external or outside factors that can impact a business or project. Threats can come in many forms which are outside the control of any organization. It is crucial to anticipate threats in advance to avoid falling victim to such external events. A strong business opportunity plan is critical to minimize the impact of these negative external factors. That is why, when considering threats, you can think about political effects, IT developments, competitor intentions, market demand, employment market, and financial and credit pressures, and any other factor that can affect your project.
Once you examine all 4 aspects of a SWOT, you'll likely be faced with a long list of potential actions to take. You will want to build your strength, boost your weak areas, head off any threats, and exploit every opportunity. But before you leap into action, look for potential connections between the quadrants of your matrix. For example, could you use some of your strength to open up further opportunities? And would even more opportunities become available by eliminating some of your weaknesses? Now it's time to ruthless prune and prioritize your ideas so that you can focus time and money on the most significant areas.